Welcome back, my dear students. Hope that you are staying at your home. So stay your home and break the chain. Okay. So today we are moving to a new chapter, coal and petroleum. Have you heard about coal and petroleum? We can start our chapter with an activity. There is an activity 5.1. You have to do is that we use different various materials for our basic needs, isn't it? Yes. Some of them are found in nature and some of them have been made by human beings, isn't it? Yes. We get some of the materials directly from the nature. Some of other materials are prepared by or made by human beings. Okay. First thing that you have to do is you have to draw one table having two columns. One column with natural and one column with man-made material. So write natural materials in this column and man-made materials in this column, in the next column. Okay. So you got different types of materials. In that includes air, water, soil and minerals, etc. Isn't it? Yes. Then these are the materials that we get from nature. We get water from earth. We get air from our surrounding. We get soil from the earth. Minerals also get from the earth. So we get it from the nature itself. Such materials are called natural resources. What is natural resources? Okay, the material that we get from nature itself are called natural resources. Can air, water and soil be exhausted by human beings? Is it the water or air be exhaustible? Is it get finished by our use? No, we have lots of air around us. It will never get finished by our use, isn't it? Yes. So you have already studied about water in class 7, isn't it? Yes. This water is a limitless resources. We have lot of water bodies around us, isn't it? Yes, it is limitless resources. But when there is during summer, when the rivers get dried, yes, after that, when there is no enough rainfall, what happens? Yes, the amount of water will decreases. Generally, the water is limitless resources and it is not exhaustible. So, depending upon the exhaustibility, the natural resources are divided into two, which are inexhaustible resources and exhaustible resources. Exhaustible resources. Inexhaustible resources are which are present in unlimited quantity in nature. In unlimited quantity, the resources which are present in unlimited quantity in nature are called exhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible natural resources. And they are not likely to be exhausted by human activities. Due to human activities, they are not get exhausted easily. That natural resources are called inexhaustible resources. Example for inexhaustible resources are air, sunlight, soil, etc. Okay, these are the inexhaustible natural resources. Then exhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible natural resources are the amount of these resources in nature is limited. So they can be exhausted by the human activities. Example for exhaustible natural resources are forest, wildlife, mineral, forest, wildlife, minerals, etc. Coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. are the examples for exhaustible natural resources. Okay, നമ്മൾ human beings ഉപയോഗിച്ചാൽ തീർന്നു പോകാത്ത natural resources ആണ് inexhaustible resources. Example air, sunlight, soil. Then മനുഷ്യർ ഉപയോഗം കൊണ്ട് തീർന്നു പോകുന്ന കുറച്ച് അതിൻ്റെ ഈ റിസോഴ്സസിൻ്റെ എമൗണ്ട് കുറച്ചേ നമ്മുടെ എർത്തിലുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ മനുഷ്യരുടെ ഉപയോഗം കൂടുന്തോറും അത് തീർന്നു പോകുന്ന resources are exhaustible natural resources. Example forest, wildlife, animal, minerals, coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc. Okay, so there is another activity given in your textbook, activity 5.2, that is the whole class is divided into 7 groups. Okay, the whole class is divided into 7 groups and each group is divided into 3, which include, in one group include 1 person, in the second group include 2 person, in the third group it include 4 person. Also it is same as in the preceding groups. Okay, each group have 3 subgroups. Okay, each groups have 3 subgroups and the task is that in a table a full container of popcorn or peanuts or roasted gram or toffee is taken. Okay, in a table each group is given with a container which is full of popcorn, and the group 1, these subgroups are consumers, they are considered as consumers. Okay, this each 3 groups are consumers. First group is first generation, second group is second generation, and third group is third generation. After first generation, due to the growing population, the number of persons are more in second and third group. Okay, the first group and the first person asked to take some popcorns to eat. Okay, so the first group took some popcorns to eat. After that the second group is asked to consume eatables from the container. Okay, what happens? The amount of popcorn will decrease and it will decrease on the amount, depending upon the amount which the first and second group consumed. After that the third group is asked to consume remaining popcorn. What happens? Some of them didn't get enough popcorn to eat, some of them get some amount. Okay, it depends upon the amount that the first and second group consumed. The inexhaustible resources is also like this. these resources are only limited in our nature, and when the human beings consume it more and more, it is decreased. Okay, and it get exhausted by the human uses. So in this chapter we are discussing about exhaustible natural resources. Okay, in this chapter we are going to discuss about exhaustible natural resources. Examples are coal, petroleum, natural gases, etc. Coal and petroleum is a heading of our chapter. So these natural resources are formed from the dead remainings of living organism. When the living organism are died, it will buried into the soil and it changes to these exhaustible natural resources. They are known as fossil fuels. What is fossil fuels? The exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, natural gas, these are known as fossil fuels because they are formed from the dead remainings of living organism. Hence they are called fossil fuels. Okay, these exhaustible natural resources are generally called fossil fuels because they are formed from the dead remainings of living organism. So first we are going to discuss about coal. Okay, first we are going to discuss about coal. Coal, you must have heard about coal. Did you? Yes. Coal is hard as a stone. It is like a stone. It is hard and it is black in color. The picture of coal is given in your textbook. This is the picture of coal. It is black in color and it is so hard as a stone. Coal is one of the fuels used to cook food. So uses of coal is it is used to cook food. Then it is used in the railway engines to produce steam to run engine. It is used in railway engines to produce steam, and also it is used in thermal power plants to produce electricity. Okay, it is by burning coal we can produce electricity. So it is used in thermal power plants. Coal is also used as a fuel in various industries. Okay, these are the uses of coal. Then there is given the story of coal, how coal is formed. About 300 million years ago, the earth had dense forest in low-lying wetland areas. Earthil 300 million years മുമ്പ് dense forest ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു low-lying wetland areas. Then what happened to that? Due to natural processes like flooding, ഒരു flood വന്നപ്പോൾ എന്തായി, ഈ forests ഒക്കെ get buried under the soil, മണ്ണിൻ്റെ അടിയിലോട്ട് പോയി, and more soil is get deposited over them, and they were compressed. അവർ ഞെരുങ്ങി, അതിൻ്റെ ഉള്ള ആ ഫോറസ്റ്റ് ആ മണ്ണിൻ്റെ അടിയിൽ കിടന്ന് ഞെരുങ്ങി, get compressed, and the temperature also rose as they sank deeper and deeper. അവർ താഴോട്ട് മൂന്തോറും ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കൂടി വന്നു. Then under high pressure and temperature, നല്ല പ്രഷറും ടെമ്പറേച്ചറും അതിൻ്റെ അകത്തുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. These dead plants got slowly converted to coal. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. So, process of formation of coal is carbonization. Okay, slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, coal is also called a fossil fuel. It is also formed from a vegetation, remains of vegetation. So it is also called fossil fuels. The picture of coal mining is given in your textbook. Coal mining. Coal is mined from under the soil. So when heated in air, coal burns and produces mainly carbon dioxide gas. When we burn the coal, we get carbon dioxide. And coal is processed in industry to get different types of useful products. Coal is processed to get coke, coal tar and coal gas. This coal is turned to coke, coal tar and coal gas. These are the products formed by the processing of coal. Coal is processed to get 3 different useful products such as coal, coke, coal tar and coal gas. So we are going to discuss about the properties of coal, coke tar, coal tar, coal gas. Okay, first coke. First coke. Coke, it is tough, porous and black substance. It is also black in color and it is tough and porous. Porous means it has small pores in it, chiri holes. It has small holes or pores in them. Then it is an almost pure form of carbon. It is a pure form of carbon. Then coke is used in the manufacture of steel and its uses are, it is used in the manufacture of steel and in the extraction of many metals. Extraction process, it is used in the extraction process of many metals. Then next is coal tar. You must have heard about tar. It is used for constructing roads. Okay. Coal tar, it is also in black, thick liquid. It is liquid, thick liquid. So with an unpleasant smell. It has a bad smell, unpleasant smell. It is a mixture of about 200 substances. Coal tar is formed by mixing about 200 substances. So products obtained from coal tar are used for starting materials for manufacturing various substances used in everyday life in industry such as plastic, paints, drugs, dyes, explosive, perfumes, photographic materials, roofing materials, etc. are produced from the coal tar. Okay, coal tar is used as a starting materials for producing these items. Okay, naphthalene balls. You must have heard about naphthalene balls, which is used to repel moths and other insects. To get rid from moths and insects, we use naphthalene balls. These naphthalene balls are also obtained from coal tar. In these days, we didn't use coal tar, we used bitumen. Bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place of coal tar for metalling the roads. For metalling the roads, we are using bitumen instead of coal tar. Okay. This is about coal tar. Then coal gas. Coal gas is obtained during the process of coal to get coke. When we convert coal to coke, we get a byproduct, that is coal gas. Coal gas is formed along with the changing coal to coke. Okay, so it is a byproduct of changing coal to coke. Okay, it is used as fuel in many industries. It is used as a fuel. So and many industries situated near the coal processing plant. when coal, it is formed in the coal processing plant. So when there is a industries around the coal processing plants, so coal gas is used as the fuels in that industries. Coal gas was used for street lighting for the first time in London in 1810. That is in London it is used first for street lighting. Then in New York around 1820. Nowadays it is used as a source of heat rather than light. On years ago it is used as a source of light. Nowadays it is used as heat rather than light. Okay, these are the properties of coke, coal tar and coal gas. So let's wind up today's class. It's a small chapter, so it is easy to study. So for what we have discussed in this class, natural resources. The resources, the materials that we get from directly from the nature are called natural resources, and natural resources are divided into two: inexhaustible resources and exhaustible resources. Inexhaustible resources which are large amount, which have unlimited amount in the nature, and it not exhausted by the use of human beings. Examples are air, sunlight, soil, etc. Then exhaustible resources are which are exhausted by human beings and it is less in amount in the nature. Examples are forest, wildlife, minerals, coke, petroleum, natural gas, etc. So they are also called fossil fuels. Coal, petroleum, natural gas are called fossil fuels because they are formed from the dead remains of natural living organism. So hence they are called fossil fuels. And we came to coal. Coal is converted to three useful products: coke, coal tar, coal gas. Okay, so let's wind up today's class. Hope that you understood. So let's meet in next class. Okay, thank you.